Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you the tragic story of the DC plane crash that occurred on January 29, 2025. This devastating event has left a deep mark on many communities, and it's important to understand what happened. Around 9 p.m. ET, an American Eagle regional jet, Flight 5342, was on its final approach to Reagan National Airport in Washington, D.C. The flight was coming in from Wichita, Kansas. Meanwhile, a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter was on a routine training mission from Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Despite clear flight conditions, these two aircraft collided over the Potomac River. Sadly, this tragic collision resulted in the loss of all 67 individuals on board both aircraft. There were no survivors. Among the victims were 64 passengers and crew from the plane, and 3 crew members from the helicopter. One of the hardest-hit communities was the figure skating world. 14 members were on the flight, including world champions Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov. They were returning from a training camp. The Skating Club of Boston lost 6 people, including skaters Jinnah Han and Spencer Lane, their mothers, and coaches Shishkova and Naumov. Other victims included coach Alexander Kirsanov and 2 youth skaters from Wichita. It's a heartbreaking loss that reminds many of the 1961 crash that took 18 U.S. team members. The reactions and statements from leaders and communities have been profound. President Trump confirmed there were no survivors and criticized the FAA's policies. He appointed Chris Rocheleau as the acting FAA commissioner. Transportation Secretary Duffy called the crash preventable, emphasizing that both aircraft were on standard flight paths. Defense Secretary Hegseth acknowledged a mistake occurred during the helicopter's routine mission. The figure skating community is mourning deeply. Organizations like U.S. Figure Skating and the International Skating Union have expressed their grief and support. Olympic medalist Nancy Kerrigan tearfully honored the young skaters and their families, reflecting the shared sorrow felt by many. The rescue and recovery operation quickly shifted focus due to the severe conditions. Freezing temperatures, ice, and darkness made the efforts challenging. Nearly 24 local, state, and federal teams, including the FBI and Coast Guard, were involved. So far, 28 bodies have been recovered. The investigation is being led by the NTSB with support from the FAA and U.S. Army. They are focusing on the final moments of both aircraft, air traffic control communications, and the jet's sudden loss of altitude. As of now, the black boxes have not been recovered. This crash is the first U.S. commercial plane accident since 2009, and it evokes memories of the 1982 Air Florida crash into the Potomac. The figure skating community in particular is reminded of the 1961 tragedy. As we continue to search for answers, it's essential to remember the lives lost and the impact on the communities they left behind. This tragic event underscores the resilience and unity of those affected. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.